Let's see here. Testing, testing. All right, let's see. Testing.
Yeah, bro, check out my screen. Yeah, bro, check out my.
Okay, cool. This is dope. Let's see I see you pulling up some nostalgia.
Some dope reads.
Some dope reads indeed. You're still looking like. That's what I gotta do. I got this. Why isn't the stream showing?
The stream has paused. Furley has minimized their application. ... With a space. Sit tight. That's how serious they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot the stream here. Streams. I'm gonna actually close the internet. You still the live stream still up, right?
Yeah, I want you to draw.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Let's see how this turns out. So y'all want to get better at using your hand-eye coordination. It never hurts to trace, and you may eventually make it your own, and then build up that skill. Because no artist is an island. Take whatever we can take. Oh, snap. Nah, I don't like the damn. This corner here is not turning out so well. This is better. I'm gonna have to just redo this top part. You know, fuck, I'm gonna start over.
It's called the punch dimension. It's concussive energy.
Okay, you need
Right.
some. What's up with this stupid, Oh, okay, but it still shows me drawing, right? It says just. Okay, your stream is still running. We just pause this preview to save your resources. On the YouTube, do you see it streaming?
Yeah, you're still streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
That's all it is, man. Repetition. I've been here the same line I'm trying to do in the last 5 minutes. You know, I'm gonna try to go a little lighter on this thing, man.
He's had a few, aside from Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops had a lot of different costumes, bro.
Sure.
Sent you another one, bro. You recently just looked like this.
You gotta check it out. You sent it through Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's dope. This is the song I'm trying to imitate. I'm gonna let's see if I can find
Previously on X-Men. Just that shapes and beats, bro. Hey, hey, let's get it then, bro. I'll see you in the lobby. Get on that shapes and beats then, bro.
trying to get on the. We gotta get on that after I get the line work done here with Mr. Cyclops, Mr. Scott.
I got to. You can just do that story mode.
Man, oh man, I'm not good with using the boulder. How much I 4? Maybe 4 will help me out. I cannot be satisfied with this shit. I think I know why, because this shit loops around. That's why. I should put on some beats in the background or something.
Yeah, do one of those like lo-fi things. You know, people are supposed to be, hey man, I don't want to just listen to you breathing.
You can hear my breathing pretty easy.
I don't know, someone probably can.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna yeah, I'm just gonna put it in the background right here. Put on the chill beats. Whatever the hell that is. There it is. Overseas.
Hell yeah, bro, gotta get on it.
Yeah, this is actually beautiful. I can focus too.
I'm on that level, bro.
Which one?
On the level.
Oh, yeah.
Long live the new fresh, the first boss.
Okay. Yeah, you gotta get to that story mode.
Going through this. Damn, I was right there, bro.
Damn, son. Awesome. And I'm just a freaking
Should put on that beat, bro.
The one that's playing in the background?
The long live the new fresh.
Oh, yeah. That's what got the beat, set the beat, shit the beat going. Nah.
Ah, fuck this. It's all good.
Yeah.
February 2021. We'll have 7 planets in Aquarius. The last time this happened, the Dark Ages and the plagues ended, and the Renaissance/rebirth began. Alright, so what do you make of that?
I would. Doesn't it take like hundreds of years to get out of each like age, or thousands of years. I don't know how long it takes to shift to one age to the next. Okay, I think I know. I think this thing is kind of lopsided. Come on, Justin.
Interesting. So, with all of this like censorship that's going on right now on YouTube, for some reason today has been the day that apparently all conservatives, media leaning type either websites or, conglomerate companies, they've all been going at it lately saying that social media is purposefully, targeting conservative, sites. Almost like they don't want to acknowledge that like social media is just like these tech companies are just going after everyone. That's all it is. It's just Comcast, Verizon, Disney and Coke, and that's it. Or whoever owns like all the food or whatever. Like, it's just like four companies, and all those four companies are trying to find ways so that they can one up each other, so that they can be the person. That's why that's kind of weird, bro. Like you're watching it happen as far as like that's almost controlled opposition. They want you to start thinking that there is a lot of conservative versus liberal. Like they're trying to keep on having the conversation be blue team versus red team. There is no like, hey, they're trying to just censor and block and silence all of us who are not of that group, so on. Yeah, Technology 202. New report calls conservative claims of social media censorship a form of disinformation. But as of the Washington Examiner, so the Washington Post 3 days ago said that it's disinformation. 2 days ago, a day later, the opinion column of the Washington Examiner said in their article with Jack Dorsey, no, conservative claims of social media bias are not disinformation. So now we're having this entire back and forth conversation of what is disinformation and what isn't.
Yeah. That's why y'all gotta just read and study. Yeah, don't be a jackass.
As of the campus reform, an NYU study paid for by billionaire Biden backer claims conservative censorship on social media isn't real. So we're already going into this like faux civil war that's happening, trying to make all of us get mad at each other for nothing.
The entities gotta feast, bro. They gotta eat. They gotta feed. They gotta have some energy.
Hmm.
They gotta stimulate something because these dark bodies need something dark to feel.
That's a good point. You have to constantly get that. So it's going to almost feel like, man, another thing? Yeah, it's so funny how, man, another thing is always happening. These are all staged things. Staged doesn't mean it's fake. It just means that it's not a random occurrence. It's a purposefully planned out event that's happening, that's, in motion. Statements are being made, all that. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a mass earthquake that's about to happen in California soon. That's why Jeff Bezos stepped down.
He's like, I'm not trying to be here with that earthquake happens.
Hey, I mean, when it comes down to, all those warehouses in California, that CEO, whoever it may be, when that happens, I mean, you're going to have to deal with it because you're the CEO. So that's what I'm saying. What does Jeff Bezos know, dude? What does he know that's about to happen? It almost seems like Joe Biden and the administration and, all these people that are already in his foreign policy committee and all that, they're already talking about how Iran is a problem. There's a lot of problems in this country, man. Ain't nobody asking anything about any other country. Only you guys are acting like, you want to, just the mere mention of all these other countries, it almost seems like, I might be going out on a limb, but you don't just want to go into that country and start bombing them, right? Do you? You're just trying to find the my bad. You're just trying to find the polite way of saying, like, hey, what I really want to do is go into that country and start bombing the shit out of people. I mean, you could just be honest and say that, but instead what they do is, this country is a brutal dictator and they're weeks away from developing the capabilities of a nuclear weapon, and we need to be on guard for that. Hey, bro, do you just want to drop some bombs on some people? Is what I'm getting from that long speech.
Someone has to give Earth dark ass forces work. They don't like humans just peacefully living in their ignorance. They're jealous because they have some damn issues.
Damn, bro. Low-key say that again. That was dope as fuck. They don't like us living, independently in our ignorance.
That bothers them for some reason. It's like, what? No livers lie gold books to happen in us, bitch. You know how big this fucking planet is? Go fucking somewhere else.
I mean, if it's that much of a bother, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was reading all these that art history and learning about, just like how the Roman had their own like religious system. Like they were like worshiping Jupiter and shit, doing some other shit. That's why
Copying the Greeks.
Yeah, they copied the Greeks, but yeah, but Jupiter wasn't like one of their entities. I mean, Jupiter is a reference to Zeus, right? Or which one is
Right? It's the same thing. Kronos is Saturn. It's the whole thing.
it? And then all of a sudden, when the Christianity came, they like, they changed it. That's when they started making these idols and false images, like the corrupting, like the message was just kind of like taking
The feet of clay, bro. That's all you need to know is the feet of clay. So then all other information that comes after that is like, oh, okay. Well, it makes sense with what that statement is. They're just copycats, bro. They don't have an original thought. They just amassed, huge amounts of power and dominated the world. But they weren't doing anything original. At least the Babylonians, the Persian and Mede Empire, the Greek Empire, they did original things that were monumental to the continuation of what this Earth's history would be.
Yeah, they're like kind of
The
like
Romans didn't do anything. They just copied what was already here at that time contextually.
yeah.
No, but they had a great, warfare system. I guess, but the Greeks were much older than them. They only copied what was already there. I get that people are still proud of that. Like, I'm not even trying to like diss what that is. That's just clay. So when's the end of the world? I don't know. That's why it's kind of weird that everyone's always really acting like, oh, we only have this many, years. Are you trying to make money on this real quick?
Well, I know God has everything under control, bitch.
I don't know, and neither do you. You don't know that? I've done all my research. I know you don't know. Nobody knows, dude.
Yeah, that's why these people prey on people. Like heroes.
Right? One of the most famous stories that was in the Old Testament is from 1 Kings 18:25. Or I guess, the whole chapter of, of 18 of 1 Kings. Elijah versus the prophets of Baal. You know, Baal was a real thing that was in the Old Testament. It wasn't just like a thrown around name like, all these books that were put together into this Old Testament, like, and, they're not just writing that name on accident or just because, dude. Like, it was a real thing that was out there that was within the time that was there. People knew what that was. It was such a prevalent culture that they still kept on writing about it. These were real entities that showed up, and, of course, we realize and we learn later that demons are cursed. to forever walk the earth, so they're just wandering spirits.
Well, they're slightly immortal, not completely existing spirits. Because
Right.
they're blended with the energy of, like, an archangel, a human from back when God first created them. So, some crazy ass energy.
Yeah, bro. To never be able to sleep, that's a punishment, bro. To live forever, that's a punishment. You're not able to go through the natural process of the life and death cycle and come back later and shit. And you're not, an eternal, it becomes a punishment like that, bro. So all I gotta do is show up and
The thing is, when you're on that level of that blessings, and there's definitely accountability if you're not going to follow that. I mean, you're gonna have all the power of, like, whatever. I don't explain. I wouldn't know what other cool things God would have His creation, heaven and creations do, but I'm sure it's something we can do fathom. But they're obedient, so that's the reason why they remain what they do.
I agree with that.
Do whatever they want. They always catch them how.
So all I gotta do is tell people right now that my name is Osiris, and then I'll watch civilization, rise and die over a couple 100,000 years. And then I'll show up to the next person that starts a civilization and tell them my name is Jupiter. That's the whole point, bro. That's what I'm saying. These people or these beings that live forever, they've just been repeating the same story to you, just with different variations. They got all the time in the world. They're the ones who are just telling you that the buck stops with them. Not, trying to make sure that you don't know that all that they were was just cast out from heaven. Sure, they can do angelic and, extra worldly powerful things. They can certainly do all that, but they aren't God. There are no other gods before me. All these other beings that claim to be gods, I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm just saying that there are no other gods before me.
I gotta at least try to do the whole face. Even though I'm not gonna include this, I gotta just real kind of. So I just see a piece of the face.
Yeah, fuck that hairstyle though, right? You want to do like a Goku Super Saiyan shit on it with Cyclops mutant powers, bro. That's OP, dude.
You can blow planets and shit to fucking better.
Blow up planets by opening up your eyes, bro, on some Master Ultra Instinct shit, bro. That's an OP combo of power.
If the Earth was formless and waste, wouldn't that just make it one giant? I don't know. That's the only thing I'm always thinking about, like, because it was mixed with water and earth, so it was just, and then God had to separate that to create the oceans and the foundation, the solid ground called Earth.
Okay. It all makes sense. It all makes sense the way that, just over explain every single verse. So there's 2 verses before he starts saying that there's light, bro. That means that the Earth was already still, the universe was doing what it was doing, like in the sense that planets over millions of years of their own, of their own time and all that, of this third dimensional universe of ever expanding planets and galaxies that we live in. They were forming through their own natural selection, whatever you want to call that. Water naturally would have grown from there, mixing in hydrogen, oxygen, and all the different chemicals that would be, as boring as all those science books, always go through. That's not disproving that. That's what it's saying. Like, everything would have been doing everything what it was doing anyway, right? It's formless, empty, darkness is over the surface of the deep, whatever. That's just metaphors and shit. There's still a rock planet that has magma that has, it's just the universe is dark at this point. And then he says, let there be light. So there's already stuff that's already going on. It just so happens that it's all dark. He's just now, beginning, I guess, the priority of, light and darkness. But he doesn't do that until 3 verses, meaning that there's already still more of a priority, for all these other things. Before he even, who cares? Yeah, like I'm getting way too ahead of myself and excited, but it's almost like how God, plans out his universe. I'm already light, so I don't like to already call for the manifestation of a separation of light means that he's taken a step back even more with these things. So go down to even, what's it called? Living creatures, let the water, the lights. Okay, so 14. So in chapter 1, verse 14, this is where he makes the planets, all different stars and the lights, to separate everything by seasons, the 4th day. So for 3 days, and even before, so he even starts his week when he separates light. So we don't even know how much time was going on before he starts his week. You see what I'm saying? There's 2 verses before he starts his week.
Yeah.
Things were happening in this universe after he created everything. Things are happening millions, billions, even trillions of years. We don't even know how long we've actually been here. He starts his 7-day week or his 6-day work week after 2 verses of existence already, all the way down at verse 14. Then he separates himself from being the person that has always been the seasons and light and whatnot. Let me already now create lights, in the vault of the sky to separate the day from the night, all this. Putting down planets and stars so that they can be, the seasons for other planets, and you are someone else's Orion's belt in some other planets, in some other galaxy, in some other place. With all due respect to how amazing planet Earth is, whatever.
Yeah, bro, we're just like at the cusp of life, in a harsh environment that we couldn't imagine being put through. That's all you know about it. That's feels just nothing. You see how people are just kind of negative. God was like that. We lived in that long time. Life keep carrying on. Just it goes beyond our little brains can hope to imagine. There's people that are really intelligent out there, but even then, it's just people that I don't know. It's crazy when people have the audacity. Like let people live in peace. People that are ignorant that don't care to go about doing whatever the fuck they want to do. But I mean, I mean, I think things catch up. If you're not progressing or advancing in certain things and now you put here, I think there is some sort of consequence. And other people are going to feel some type of way, especially if they're collectively already doing it. And that's probably why, that is what happened. That's just what it is.
Right.
Especially at
You
a
know,
certain level. And even in that culture, there's already some fuckery. So how do you think they're going to treat other people especially if they feel I mean, the humans are very easy to. It seems like once you get enough people that think that way, it's easy to be like evil.
mm,
Yeah, because there's no accountability because you feel like you're all part of it. Oh, it's just not caring, giving a shit. That's just what it is.
but it's like factories can be a thing, right? You know, the natural progression, like you just said, that, you know, it's inevitable. There are consequences if you don't, you know. So there's nothing wrong with progressing as far as, like, you know, we move from manual labor to you know, like factories and, you know, auto assembly line type shit, you know, AI and everything. It's just that you just weren't going to be able to see $1 billion until 300 years if you put in the hard work, because you don't have to pollute the air. You can do it even, you know, starting off at those times. You know, it's just that they took the cheap route, the cheap and easy route that would, you know, also on the back end of that, because for every action there's an opposite and equal reaction. You're going to be, you know, depleting the earth eventually, killing off resources, you know, pitting people against each other for the betterment of only, you know, the small, you know, 1%, you know, all of the things that we're living in right now. All they saw was that they were going to see 1 billion in 20 years, you know, meaning that they would continue on with their system. Yeah, like factories aren't inherently evil, you know, corporations aren't inherently evil. It's the people that run them that are evil. You know, you can have a corporation that does like good things, I guess, if you have good people that run that corporation. Like, it's not that hard. Like you can be a good person. Like, no, but you know, being an adult means that you have to, you know, look at every situation like you have to, you know, find a reason to fire someone. It's like, all right, bro, like you could be spending your time doing that, or you could just be playing some video games, bro. You could just be drawing. Like, it looks like you're the one who's spending so much time trying to build an AI that eventually will destroy the world and, you know, keep us all enslaved in assembly lines where they're going to be butt fucking us in hell. Like, I guess you could make that a reality.
Yeah.
That's what the revelation was, bro.
Yeah, bro. They want to pervert the shit out of humans. They don't like that's all they want. That's all they want to just turn everything away from what God can salvage back to his eternal ways.
Revelation 19. After this, I heard. So, after everything that he already had been seen already. So the thing that happened just before, whatever. He's like, man, after that, I heard what sounded like the roar of a great multitude in heaven shouting, Hallelujah! Salvation and glory and power belong to our God. For true and just are his judgments. He has condemned the great prostitute who corrupted the earth by her adulteries. He has avenged on her the blood of her servants. And again they shouted, Hallelujah! The smoke from her goes up forever and ever. The 24 elders and the 4 living creatures fell down and worshiped God, who was seated on the throne, and they cried, Amen, Hallelujah. Then a voice came down from the throne saying, Praise our God, all you his servants, you who fear him both great and small. Then I heard what sounded like a great multitude, like the roar of rushing waters and like loud peals of thunder shouting hallelujah for our Lord. God reigns almighty. Let us rejoice and be glad and give him glory. For the wedding of the Lamb has come, and his bride has made herself ready. Fine linen, bright and clean, was given her to wear. Fine linen stands for the righteous acts of God's holy people. It's like he's hitting him with so many hallucinations and visions of the future. That's like on the back end of this conversation, Jesus is actually telling him like here's what's a possibility. It's up to you guys whether you guys really want to go down this path. All I'm saying is that this path does exist. You create technology and it could eventually, enslave everyone and censorship in 1984. You could do it. So, I don't understand why you are doing it. I guess what I'm saying, bro, is like these people know what they're doing. There is no, we had no idea. Like that's just the prepared speech.
Yeah,
People know what they're doing.
Yeah.
All around the world, as far as like global catastrophes that are going on and wars and shit, people know what they're doing, dude.
So there's no, I guess they're all afraid to be accountable.
And all of this, like the horror of Babylon and like all this shit, like I'm telling you, bro, like the Catholic Church, for what it's worth, it was founded on, like, I guess the first person who started it, sure, might have been a great person, but eventually got corrupted by power and turned into, the seven-headed beast with 10 crowns that it is. Because they ruined a good thing. We're talking about global salvation for everyone. We're not trying to tell you that, you're born with this inherent, thing that no matter what, you are going to hell and go fuck yourself. You're a horrible person. Because we say so. So you have to give us money every single week just to make sure that you don't. It's like, what?
I'm not really going to use this there, but I'm just trying to at least use some kind of originalness for this. Or listen, focus use my brain. Try to create.
Hell yeah, bro.
I think the music was putting me in a more flow state. I think that's what it is. I think when I listen to music on the level, it kind of puts me in a state of just. But yeah, this is what it is so far. I mean, I'm just gonna use his eyes. You see it?
That's dope.
Yeah. You think it looks too wiggly right here? I think it definitely does. I think I straighten this shit up.
Not that it's wiggly.
It just needs to be straight, bro. It's hard to get the damn shit right.
I want to see some shading though, bro.
Oh yeah, this is just the outline. I'm gonna do all the shading after this. I just want to get the
No, if it's not a finished product within the first try, bro, it's already a failed project. You gotta do that thing like SpongeBob where he just, like tanked the what's it called? The sculpture first, like the block of marble, and immediately the sculpture of David is there. You got to do that on the first try, bro. Otherwise, you didn't do shit.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. All the people back then, that's all they did, bro. Was this life where they just drew. That's all those remains, all those damn destroyed temples and shit. All vacant. All got. It's cool. I mean, you can see how they utilize, but I don't ever see it like. I don't know. I guess it has its purpose. Because back then, we didn't. It's just like that. Back then was like it's like they're almost screaming like they wanted us to kind of keep their thing. That's kind of like they kind of see in the future. A little, I don't know, right? I don't know. I think about like civilizations. And that's the reason why they wanted to do. They wanted to keep that there to kind of make you feel some type of way about their shit.
We've always done that, though, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing right now.
We've always done that. We've always put something down to be, found later kind of thing. That's a good point, though.
Yeah, that's how I see all these stuff, like all the statues, kind of like
You felt like you felt like a pistachio.
no the class just just learn about art history. Shit. Just scratching the surface. That was just that propaganda art history. But it inspires the real stuff. Damn it.
Fidel Castro was a CIA puppet.
Yeah, they gotta have something, some kind of opposition to kind of control people, to kind of just act on people's ways. There has to be something like that. These people do that because they want to control. It's like they're baiting, just like how you bait. I was looking at this bird, this crow or raven. It was baiting. It was fishing. It was putting the little piece of crumb in the water. And whenever like a bigger fish came, he pulled away really quick. And then whenever he got the right thing, he just kept the bait there and grabbed it, scooped up on the fish. But birds can do that to fish. It's just a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, just controlled opposition, bro. That gets into a lot of research, but from what I've dug into,
What my
it was one of those like CIA, puppet state, Of course, there's a lot of bad people using capitalism and modernism in their own countries. We're doing the same thing, but it's this person's doing this. We need to implement democracy and kind of shit. It's that weird like entitlement to we get to decide governments around the world kind of thing. The whole point of democracy is that democracy doesn't have to be, like forcefully, implemented. That's the beauty of how it works. Raise your hand if you believe this and this, and then that's it. It's not even about respect and whatnot. It's just that's how you would deal with things. It's just a logical, straightforward way of going through things. 51% wins, and you move on with shit.
Yeah, I gotta make sure my lines are all connected here, so I don't believe it.
Be that one artist that the whole point, the shtick is that you know, none of the lines are ever straight, bro. Just be that guy, bro.
Just do it. Just do a whole story with just never fucking racing.
Never racing, bro. Just like go over your shit. Just like, you know.
That's gonna be hard for people to even give the.
Yeah, just be that guy, bro.
You gotta be on the next level.
I'm with it, bro. That sounds like some dope shit, bro.
I gotta kind of like prepare, like position myself that I can't just run that without positioning myself for something meditate over for a bit.
Sounds like you're being a bitch, bro.
Nah, it's not, bro. You gotta wise.
You gotta get it the right way, though.
Yeah, bro. If it isn't executed the right way, it's no point. But let's see. I'm about to get some color here. This is phase 2. Jumping in. What you want to do is select all. And you want to. Where the hell did it go? You want to expand. Easy. Expand appearance. And
Expand the appearance, bro.
And then you wanna merge lines. Alright, so the lines are merged, and then after you do that, you wanna create a copy. You wanna unlock this. Music with the music. I'm gonna have to change it. Basketball. I gotta put on, who should we put on, man?
Oh, job for a cowboy.
What?
Job for a cowboy. I dedicate this dab to the people.
I want to look at this. That's the music.
A shout out to Alex Brown. He's doing his thing.
Alright. So what I wanna do, just go here. Oops, okay, oops. This one. Alright. I'm gonna have to get this color again. Copy. With the square tool. Press that. This. Then. Oh yeah. After you merge it.
I have to merge it.
You gotta isolate selected group. You do that. You want to lock in the lines. Do that.
The stream can't handle the intensity.
It's all good.
Let me try, bro. Let me try turning off music.
It's too loud or what?
I'll see if it can work on if I try it. Oh. Bless you.
Now,
Yeah, bro.
let the shading begin. This is some real quick. So, like, yeah, I'm just gonna trip out on how this person does. I'm about to just manifest something. So, let's see. It can't handle the song either.
Can't handle it, bro.
It's just not happening. I don't think I should do that. Let's see. Easy. What did she do?
What in the feezy shall be given with defeat? Defeat. This is barely the repetition of a three-peat. Meaning that we're all champions, so stop acting like you don't know that we all the
I don't know. I'm just gonna just do this right here. So easy.
Verse 11, the heavenly warrior defeats the beast. I saw heaven standing open, and there before me was a white horse, whose rider is called Faithful and True. With justice he judges and wages war. His eyes are like blazing fire, and on his head are many crowns. He has a name written on him that no one knows but he himself. He is dressed in a robe dipped in blood, and his name is the Word of God. The armies of heaven were following him, riding on white horses, and dressed in fine linen, white and clean. Coming out of his mouth is a sharp sword, with which to strike down the nations. He will rule them with an iron scepter. He stands. He treads the winepress, but he treads the winepress of the fury of the wrath of God Almighty. On his robe and on his thigh he has written this name, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, who cried in a loud voice to all the birds flying in midair, come, gather together for the great supper of God, so that you may eat the flesh of kings, generals, and the mighty, of horses and their riders, and the flesh of all people, free and slave, great and small. Then I saw the beast and his kings of the earth, and their armies gathered together to wage war against the rider, his horse. And it goes on, hold on. You gotta keep on paying for it. But the beast was captured, and with it the false prophet who had performed the signs on its behalf. With these signs he had deluded those who had received the mark of the beast and worshipped its image. The two of them were thrown alive in the fiery lake of burning sulfur. The rest were killed with the sword coming out of the mouth of the rider of the horse, and all the birds gorged themselves on their flesh. Unfortunately, people, humans are very predictable that eventually we all are just little dictators within ourselves. Unfortunately, you have to teach people to be good, because I guess time and time again, the natural, I guess, instinct is to,
It's that imbalance, bro. It's the only explanation to it.
mm,
Yeah, it's out of balance. It's not quite there yet. Whatever. I mean, we gotta keep growing, so yeah.
I don't get it, bro. You gotta teach people that. A lot of people get stuck on that, you know, with all these biblical truths and these predictions and visions, that you're trying to lay out the structure of, I guess, like the path of the timeline so that these things happen. You're then worshiping the idolatry of, the future and what, told you, and it's like you're already falling for it. Like, don't, it's like, stop worshiping that. He's only telling you what can happen because humans are known to be predictable in their actions and choices. You don't have to do this. If you guys continue on doing what you're doing, or, it's just one dick measuring contest after another, one Gucci bag, argument over another. That's all it is. Most people were just trying to, most people were just trying to go to work and, fucking just pay bills, dude. No one cares. In a good way. We're all cool. Suddenly, now that Joe Biden is president, isn't it so funny that, COVID-19 is just like weirdly all gone because we're all reopening?
Yeah.
Yep. At this point, I'm really weirded out by people that pretend that COVID was, like an actual thing. This was all to go down. Did.
Like, I really have, like, did really, like, with some fucking, some shit that you see in some goddamn, what's that one movie? I don't know. Like, The Cabin in the Woods or some shit. I don't know.
Bird Box, Legend, or Legend. Yeah, bro.
It's just.
What they're doing is just revealing to you that they don't care about you, bro. These people in power, they do not care, dude. Shut you down. Make sure that, you have to stay home, but you still have to somehow pay your rent and figure that out. Well, you already know it's bullshit then. If it was a real disease, they would have already,
You wouldn't even see anyone. Everyone would be gone. Everyone would be fucking dipped the fuck out.
This was the pedophile play, bro. This was retaliation for, the people getting together, and we really did get rid of, or at least we brought light to the conversation that there is a satanic, that's really a saturnistic pedophile ring that is running the world.
Yeah.
They use drug money to cover up the gun money, which covers up the pedophile money. The global system of, human trafficking in general, but especially, It's all fucked up shit, dude. And I really wish that these things weren't true. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't matter how much research you do or don't do. These things are true. It's happening. It's really funny how we almost have this weird perspective. Studying, you know, the sciences. They talk about how they found the deoxyribonucleic acid under a microscope, you know, in such and such year. Hold on. You got it. Okay. So we knew it existed by 1869, but we couldn't like actually see it and find it, you know, to demonstrate it until 1943. But the way that we always, you know, talk about it, you know, as a matter of course, like what are you, stupid? Like everything's in DNA, like, you know. We even talk about like even people that technically have no, you know, merit on speaking of the application of these sciences. People will just tell you there's a gay gene. All right, for sure. You know, there's a Tourette's gene. There's a, you know, things can be turned on and off with codons and anticodons. People know this thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't mean that DNA wasn't always there. You're not smart because you found something. It was always there. All I'm asking you to do is just name the animals. It's already going to do what it's going to do. Every 6 months, it's going to leave and go somewhere else. It's going to, you know. I don't have to explain to you, like, you don't have to be in charge of what photosynthesis is. I already have it all set up for you. Just go ahead and just name the animals. With all due respect, you know what I mean? It's like, you can still be smart as fuck for, you know, finding these things. Oh, I discovered gravity. It's like, I guess, but it was always there, though.
But no, we classified it. It's the definition now.
Mhm.
It is something we can use in our arsenal.
And then people take that, you know, too much out of context. That's why it justifies, you know, slavery, because they were talking about, you know, white versus black and how white is, you know, the color. It's like those people just wanted to be racist, and then they found ways to make things make sense for their racism. That was already the bias. They're just finding things that were able to, you know, confirm their already bias, or whatever that term is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be just a metaphor as far as like the polar opposites of how, you know, God operates, but you don't have to have like the color specifically there, just like a stainless, you know, linen. Like, did you get the message though? Did you get the point of that metaphor? You know, but instead, what they want to do on purpose is go inside every one of these verses and all of these holy books from all over throughout history. They want to go through these things and just act like, what is it, like agent provocateurs, like, you know, chaos within the inside, so that, you know, you sabotage the enemy by, you know, having him be destroyed by on the inside. It's like clearly you have that much time to plan out a 7D chess move. when all you could do is just either go diagonal in either direction. And we'll just call that king me. Because I got to your side and I, collected all of your pieces. Like, checkers is really easy, bro.
But the mind is a lot more cynical than that.
Dictators created chess. That's what it is, bro.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on the Catholic Church, bro?
Oh man, they just take advantage of just people that don't know how to have their faith intact. They just go after anyone. Alright, here, you believe in me? Alright, I'm not gonna tell you you don't have to now. I'm just gonna go ahead and see what happens. Yeah, I don't know, that's weird. Let's see. Let's crack and big.
Bible verses, I guess, or history.
Yeah, man, read the scriptures.
Oh, shit, bro.
Continue on reading the scriptures. Let's see.
Yeah. We go for it. Hold on, I'm in the middle of an episode, but go for it. What's it called?
Alright, let's see here. It's all good. This next one's gonna have to be darker.
Chapter 18 of First King. Hold on. After a long time, in the third year, the word of the Lord came to Elijah. Go and present yourself to Ahab, and I will send rain on the land. So Elijah went to present himself to Ahab. Now the famine was severe in Samaria, different from Sumeria. This is Samari. That's the whole point of these things. The original Babel is way different than, what Babylon. Babylon's always been what it is. There was always like a physical city that always rebuilt itself based on the original. That's why it always goes back to those were the heroes of old, the men of renown. All of these other gods were just copying the original story so that they could sell it to you. God's just, interjecting and just, letting you know that these people are liars.
These people are liars. These people are some deceivers now. But if you want to go ahead and be deceived, I would wonder.
And then verse 22 of chapter 18. Then Elijah said to them, I am the only one of the Lord's prophets left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Get 2 bulls for us. Maybe 1 each or 2 each. Either way, it doesn't matter. Let's not get into all the, civil wars that are going to turn into, well, now I'm going to start a church over here. Like, okay, bro. Let Baal's prophets choose one for themselves, and let them cut it into pieces and put it on the wood, but not set fire to it. This is a verse in the Bible. Then you call him, let it cut into pieces and put it on the wood, but not set it on fire. I will prepare the other bowl and put it on the wood, but not set it on fire either. Then you call on the name of your God, and I'll call the Lord, the God who answers by fire. He is God. So let's see which one of these gods is actually the actual God. Let's prepare the sacrifice the actual way, but we're not going to set it on fire. We're going to ask our God, to go ahead and blast the sacrifice with fire to prove, because all we're doing is asking, and demanding that, well, I got to see it to believe it instead of having faith. Fine. So if we have to play by that rule, fine. Then let's do this. And Elijah said to the prophets of Baal, then all the people say, what you say is a good idea. So Elijah said to the prophets of Baal, choose one of the bowls and prepare it first, since there are so many of you. Call on the name of your God, but don't fire. So they took the bowl given to them and prepared it. Then they called on the name of Baal from morning till noon, 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Sure, probably, in repetition, probably within certain rituals, who cares? It doesn't matter. They went at this thing. Because they actually, they were literally living their lives following these entities. I'm sure you've done your research, and I'm sure you found, some kind of like incantation where it sounds like, where they've like explained to you what it would have sounded like for these, olden time rituals of these old gods. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He went out a lot of
Then they called on the name of Baal from morning until noon. Baal, answer us, they shouted. But there was no response. No one answered. And they danced around the altar that they had made. At noon, Elijah began to taunt them. Shout louder. Surely, since he is a god, perhaps he is deep in thought. Maybe he's busy. Maybe he's traveling. It's also possible that he is sleeping and probably has to be summoned, maybe awakened, maybe you got to do some, crazy type magic that, could only be, possibly achieved by a 33 degree, like, maybe it's one of those kinds of gods. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure you guys are actually, serious about what you're actually doing. Obviously you guys are like running the entire world by, kidnapping children and, doing all these things. Clearly you guys must know something that I don't. 'Cause I'm following the Lord, who I say is, the God of all gods. But evidently, since we're here, obviously you guys are probably doing it wrong because this guy's probably just not feeling, you guys' energy. At this point, this guy just doesn't think you guys are worthy of what's going on, dude. So they shouted louder and slashed themselves with swords and spears, as was their custom, until their blood flowed. Verse 29. Midday passed, and they continued their frantic prophesying until the time for the evening sacrifice. But there was no response, no one answered, no one paid attention. Verse 30. Then Elijah said to all the people, "Come here to me." They came to him, and he repaired the altar of the Lord which had been torn down. So while they're continuing their shit all day, they're still having the audacity and still running with that mindset, bro, to even go fuck up his shit. All he's doing is just hanging out and just waiting, respectfully, just kicking it. But even though they're not winning, they're still going in trying to, hooligan it up. You know what I mean? He goes to repair the altar that he already, set up. Elijah took 12 stones, one for each of the tribes descended from Jacob, to whom the word of the Lord had come, saying, "Your name shall be Israel." With the stones he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he dug a trench around it large enough to fill 2 seahs of seed. He arranged the wood, cut the bowl into pieces, and laid it on the wood. And he said to them, "Fill 4 jars with water and pour it on the offering in the wood." So they did it. Do it again. And they did it again. Do it a third time. And they did it a third time. The water ran down the altar and even filled the trench and overflowed. At the time of the sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward and prayed, "Lord," hold on. He said, "Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, that I am your servant and have done all these things that you command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so these people will know that you, Lord, are God, and that you are turning their hearts back again." Hold on. Then you have to turn the page, because of course they got to do that. And then the fire of the Lord fell and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the soil. Also licked up the water in the trench. I don't know. It's not that hard, dude. You could just be playing checkers, which is the bigger picture. You could just be playing checkers. Like, you're going out of your way to, be smarter than God. It's like, all right, bro, that's cool. Or you could just live this way. Like, you could eventually have AI robots that are able to, 3D print hamburgers and shit. Or you could just peacefully farm and have, real cows or whatever.
You have a real conscious connection to God.
You could just, live normal shit. No, but then I won't be able to make $1 million. All right, bro, I guess you're not making $1 million tomorrow. Stop living in that mindset. Just live right, treat people right, and watch the blessings of God overflow your cup. Don't think about doing things for the reason of getting blessed. Just do things to do things. Almost do it like, be a good person because you know you're going to hell anyway. Well, I'm going to hell anyway, doesn't matter. Right. So then be a good person anyway because you know you're going to hell anyway. Yeah, that'll really show them. And that's the whole point. Like, stop being impressed that people are being nice to you in life. Be impressed in the reverse way that someone is actually being negative. Like, wow, really? Huh. Interesting. In other words, go fuck yourself, man. You know, and then I guess the story ends with he goes on his, he talks to the king, I guess, at that time, and then dips out, and then as he promised, what's it called? They, they have rain, and so they're able to have a harvest, and they remember God and all that. It's like that's the whole point, dude. Someone's making you summon them in order, to speak to them. Someone's making you give up your soul for the power of the universe. It almost seems like you have the better bargaining chip. This guy's willing to give me the power of the universe. You're telling me that all I have to do is give up my soul? Like, wait a minute. Hold on. Well, then what am I sitting on at this point? Disney walks up to Marvel and says, "Hey, I like these movies. They're most definitely gonna be making like, you're sitting on $40 billion, that could turn into easily, $1 trillion, thing. We'd like to buy you out." It's like, oh, for sure. Well, then that means that I'm definitely going to go independent. You're telling me that you see that this could be, like $1 trillion thing? Yeah, I'm definitely going to stay independent. But then you always got to question it, bro. Why didn't they go independent? You feel me, bro?
Yeah. Controlled opposition.
Damn, fucking Marvel Studios is controlled opposition, bro. Go off on that. Expound on that.
They gotta have something that is to captivate the people. And they know just the thing. And it's these things. But, I don't know.
Socially engineer the people by making, knowing that there are no jobs, but at least we can all bond over the fact that, in every month, at some Friday of every month, we can all go to the movies. But we're going to buy all the movie theaters before 2008 so that it's all AMC. Or what is it? Cinemark, AMC, IMAX, or whatever. It's like it's only like 4 theaters that are showing every single movie, and then one day, like one Saturday, your AMC is playing in 12 different rooms The Avengers 4 times in that day. Maybe one of those 12 is playing another movie right afterwards, but then they just like go back to The Avengers. So then you just replayed it 4 times 12. And you multiply that by, and then they come out and say, "Hey, look at that. Hey, it made $1 billion, $1.3 billion. Plus the ticket is already $20 anyway."
Right, I'm just gonna move to the next layer.
What I'm saying is that's easy money, bro. There's no honor in easy money. Is what I'm saying, bro.
I hear you, brother. Okay, so anime is basically like drawing, like to be an animator. That shit must be crazy. That's
Right? Right? You're basically drawing just enough to animate. Because all it is just one long shot of the same picture, bro. That's one picture that was done for 2 episodes, bro. Ah, ah, 2 episodes. Will Goku be able to defeat the evil Frieza by the time the planet Namek gets destroyed? Find out on the next. It's like, come on, dude. Come on, bro. You got me looking at the same picture for 2 episodes. But hey, that's just how anime works because that's how dope it is. And then at the end of it, he said, he just turned Super Saiyan. Will Goku be able to defeat Frieza in the new form of the Super Saiyan? Find out on the next. Like, oh, damn. What the fuck, man? You got me again. Shit is crucial, bro.
yeah. Man, oh man. Let's see.
This was the only good moment of the Mandalorian, bro.
I didn't even see the Mandalorian.
You haven't even seen the Mandalorian.
Well,
I only saw a couple episodes.
I've seen the first. I mean, I seen the first season, but I didn't see the second. So I didn't see it, but
That was the only good part of it, bro.
what part?
And then that moment where he said, I would like to see the baby.
I don't know.
Because that's how ridiculous it was, bro. It's not that we're making fun of the fact that they put in Bill Burr into it. It's that Disney just doesn't give a fuck. They don't care, bro. They'll just do whatever. Anything is fair game because nothing matters. You know, people are getting upset because that one chick is technically conservative, and so they want her off the show. Like, yo, what? What?
Yeah, man. But it's easy.
Like, what are people doing, my guy?
Easy.
People are being, bro. I'm telling you.
Shit, doing.
But what you think though? They're gonna put John Krasinski and his wife, Zac Efron, and David Harbour in the Fantastic Four, bro. What you think?
Yeah, we shall see what happens.
We'll see, bro. That might be decent. But it's so funny how they got Zac Efron, huh? Because now it's a Disney movie. Like, nothing is by accident, bro.
Yeah.
He's an already established Disney, star. And Disney runs everything, so yeah, they're just gonna get Disney people. Demi Lovato is gonna be in the new Star Wars movie. And Selena Gomez is gonna be in the Moon Knight TV show.
Yeah, that's just the way it needs to be.
Today is what's it called? World Cancer Day. We're all acknowledging everyone.
This color looks. It's because I have my night mode on. It's like messing with my eyes. The color. Judgment.
Goddamn, bro, you suck. You're fucking up, bro. No, just calm down. I'm just, using the wrong shit. Shut the fuck up, man. Shut up, man.
Let's see. I'm just gonna. Easy.
Oh shit, my bad, bro. Picking my nose on live TV. Let's get it, bro. Shout out to Stizzy.
Stizzy with the fizzy.
Shout out to the Blizzy. Shout out when they hit it.
Let's get it.
Those up with that war zone, bro?
Jack out some war zone, brother.
But I know you're doing this process. This is dope.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do something, bro. I'm not even gonna. I'm just getting practice doing the other stuff. I'm only gonna use this visor area. Yeah, blaster thing.
So
Blaster
you're saying you
sucks.
don't give a fuck about him? You're saying you don't give a fuck about Cyclops? What the fuck? Aaron Matei says that, quoting a New York Times post, let me see. Aaron Matei is a journalist who, in real time, made sure that everyone knew that Russiagate was a fake thing. So the New York Times says the Senate Intelligence Committee will examine the influence of Russia and other foreign powers on anti-government extremist groups like the ones that helped mobilize the deadly attack on the Capitol last month, the panel's new chairman said. The panel's new chairman said that the Senate Intelligence Committee will examine the influence of Russia and other foreign powers on anti-government extremist groups like the ones that helped mobilize the deadly attack on the Capitol last month. Bro, do you believe that Russia, influenced the election of 2016 and or the 2021?
No. Bro.
Gotta make sure.
That's what they said. That's in one of the video. I seen a video on that. There's some dudes who talk about how they were able to kind of like rape your thing, or kind of like I forgot what they did. I gotta show you. I think I found it. Let me see if I can have it. Like, who said that to me?
Well, let me see. Aaron Matei says, amazing. On the same day Congress demotes a deranged QAnon member, they elevate and announce an investigation based on the deranged Cold War fantasies of Blue Anon members. So they got rid of QAnon because they're all in on Blue Anon. It's Blue MAGA. It's the vote blue no matter who. A U.S. mob born out of the homegrown dysfunctions and pathologies attacked the U.S. Congress. The Congress top intel panel responds not by solely focusing on this intel failure or these homegrown problems, but by searching for a way to blame Russia and China, imperatives of empire. In other words, they're doing exactly what you can predict someone in power that's losing their power would be doing.
Yeah.
Do you still think that Russia influenced the election, bro?
No, bro. I think it was just the demonic forces here. Wherever, wherever. I mean, they're everywhere. Well, they're,
They're everywhere, bro.
overall just chilling. trying to make those nasty moves. Let's see. Alright, just jelly here. Let's see. Let's see.
Bro, who do you think is the greatest Robin?
The greatest Robin. I don't know, man. I don't know too much about Robin to decide that. Completely oblivious. I don't even know the different Robins and what Robins are. Besides Batman, so. And then the fucking one that turned into Nightwing. And then Red Hood. And I know there's another one, bro.
You're acting like you don't know anything about it, bro. You just named off a lot of shit right there, bro. Oh, shit. What do you know, bro?
I have to say the best one is probably Damian Wayne.
Son.
Nah, it's because the, what's it called? Maybe the blades, yeah, the two katanas like Leonardo. So, yeah, it's bad. But, yeah, I don't know. What about you? What's the best one?
I think Tim Drake is the best Robin. That's the best person that would eventually become the best kind of Batman.
The one that died or the one that turned to Red Hood?
Tim Drake is the one that happened in like the mid 80s and the 90s after, what's it called? Jason died.
Okay.
And that was the other Red Hood. Or, my bad. Jason died, and then some kid was able to just find the Batcave, through his own detective skills. So he really is more like Batman.
Yeah. I'm gonna try getting this printed out right. Just but I don't know. This is cool, I guess. But you see it?
Looks dope, bro. That looks sick.
Alright, I gotta take out this layer now. Oops.
Hell yeah. No, that does look sick, bro.
Appreciate that, brother. Alright. I think that's good there.
All anyone's doing on Pokemon Sword and Shield is just max raid battles. Just to get L and XL candies. Don't lie to yourself. That's all you're doing on Pokemon Sword and Shield. If you're good at the game, unless you're starting over every 5 minutes. That's the leader of the X-Men, bro. Yeah.
I mean, it could be. I could do a little bit more like ads, but I just for now, I think it's good. The momentum, the consistency, I'm gonna have to have the stretch among the others.
It looks like shit, bro. No.
The next time it won't be it.
Oh, thank you for your honesty. I guess next time I'll work harder on making it better.
Yeah. Well, time to probably get some meat here. There's this piece right here. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can clear the skin out of this, and if it's this interdimensional, vision that he has to have.
The punch dimension. That's what it's called.
The punch dimension.
It's called the punch dimension, bro. People like Doctor Strange are like, yeah, the punch dimension.
Yeah.
It's concussive energy, bro. It's like, so it's personified, it's manifested concussive energy in a dimension. And that's what his eyes are constantly like in. Like he can see, but technically there are no eyes. It's weird. Because every time he opens up his eyelids, like you can see through his sunglasses because he's just keeping it, from exiting. But yeah, dude. That's a dope power, dude. You got someone that can grow, like naturally grew out angel wings that now, like, how to fly, you know what I mean? Like that's a natural thing for you now. Super strength, obviously, endurance, whatever. You can blast out, concussive energy. There's a guy that at the time still he was just big hands and big feet and acrobatic beast. And then Iceman was, just like a living Iceman or whatever. And then Jean Grey, Marvel Girl, but and then Professor X. But yeah, bro, like you literally just grew out angel wings.
Enjoyed. Peace. God bless you. Stay obedient. Not speaking for you, speaking for myself. We'll see. Later.
Any last words, bro?
No.
Any final words? Any thoughts that want to share?
What about you? Any final words?
I was talking the whole time, bro. What you think?